Shrek stared out of the window of his house and frowned in a way only Shrek could. His ears grew limp and fell to the sides of his head. His tears started rolling down his cheek. He did what he always did when he was depressed. Go to Hot Topic. Welcome to the stream.
Holy shit. Guys, we have a fucking night. We've got a night prepared. We are going to be reading a bunch of really bad fan fictions from fanfiction.net. I asked all our moderators to send me some, and I collected them. I didn't read any of them.
Because that's my job.
That is his job. I haven't looked at anything we're about to deal with. So we got a really good selection, so sit back, relax. We have our special guest, Applebee's Probation. He is funny as hell and a great narrator.
I'm also not associated with any of these furry guys.
I wouldn't want to be either, if you want my honest opinion.
But I do my job and I read shitty fan fiction.
That's all you got to do.
So, let's get back to our story. Shrek had just gone to the hot topic. He was feeling depressed because his wife, Fiona, was away with the kids. Let's see where this goes, shall we? Shrek went to the hot topic and got on his really cool fire-painted skateboard and skated down to the village, doing some pretty sweet wheelies as he went. But he ran over one of the blind mice, which made him even more depressed. Finally, Shrek got into town and was greeted with a familiar sight, people pointing at him and whispering. Even after marrying the princess of the land, Shrek was still treated like an outcast and was hardly ever welcome to town. Be careful, kids. Ogres cannot be trusted, a bearded man said to his son and daughter. They'll swoop in and rob you blind. He noticed that Shrek was getting closer and quickly shuffled out of the way. Shrek frowned even further, trying not to weep the tears that were building up. What a gross animal. I don't even get why ogres are, even treated like people. I mean, they're so effing ugly. God, a basic young woman said to her friends while sitting in front of Starbucks with pumpkin spice lattes.
Dude, is this about fucking me? Is this a subtweet?
It is.
It is a subtweet. You know why? Because you're a basic bitch. Stop being so fucking basic. Can we get back to the story
There goes the baby
now?
rattle again.
Shut the fuck up.
Right, Stixil, you ruined the fucking art, okay?
Okay,
God
I'm
damn.
sorry. I'll just zip my fucking mouth.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
This is why your husband left you.
Me?
Yeah.
Relationships?
You're damn right. Now, back to the story. Shrek tried to cover his ears, but he still heard them laughing as he skated by. Okay, Shrek. You'll only be in town for a little while longer, so just keep it together, okay? But the pain still carried with him as he continued to Hot Topic. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? He finally turned onto the street which Hot Topic was on and nearly ran over a little girl. Mommy, the little girl screamed. A fat, smelly monster almost killed me. Quickly, a woman grabbed the girl's hand and yanked her away from Shrek, shooting a disgusted look over her shoulder. I'm so sorry, Shrek began. I didn't see her around the corner. It was an accident, really. Holding up his hands, meaning that he meant no harm. Yeah? Well, maybe next time you should be paying more attention. Ogre! The lady snapped back, continuing on her way, pulling the wailing child along with her. Shrek hung his head in shame, blocking his face with his hands so the world didn't have to see the horrible monster that he was. Finally, he got to Hot Topic and went inside, hoping that this lesson would lessen his misery. He quickly made his way over to the makeup section and picked out a bottle of black nail polish, black lipstick, and some black mascara. Man of culture, I can clearly tell. He remembered the last time he wore mascara, he ended up crying himself to sleep with it on. What a little bitch. He then got a new long black wig that could fit over his ears and his eyes. He needed a new one because he dyed his last one a color that wasn't edgy enough. Finally, after checking out the t-shirts, he decided to pick out a 21 Pilots one because it was his favorite band. Finally, after waiting in a long, depressing line for the checkout, he made it to the counter. The line reminded him of the evils of capitalism. The cashier was wearing a Nightmare Before Christmas shirt, suspenders, and a crap ton of collectible pins. Fucking casual, Shrek thought to himself. She doesn't even understand our culture. But at the counter, he found some cool fake lip piercings, so he bought those too. Please come again, the cashier said, flashing a fake smile. Shrek nodded his head and made his way out the door, back out to civilization. Back to suffer. End chapter 1.
Holy shit.
You don't understand how hard it is to read all that with a straight face.
That's a masterpiece.
Oh, that's an aesthetic, dude. That's the real
it's
aesthetic.
the raw emotion of it. You know?
It's a very very influential piece indeed. I think it goes to show that we live in a society.
We do
Gamers
live in a
should rise up.
society.
One criticism I have for the writing, though, is that the author says he goes to Hot Topic. If he was a real goth kid, then they'd be going to Spencer's. I'm just saying. They don't know what they're talking about.
Burn it down, Hot Topic.
No, you see, he's a wannabe goth. He's
No, the cashier was wannabe, and the author's a fucking wannabe too. Jeez.
We're
It's all
thinking goth
posers.
shop at Hot Topic.
Exactly. Goth shop at Spencer's. Everyone fucking knows this.
It's the
Yeah.
emos who shop at Hot Topic. The emos who like to pretend they're goth.
No, it's
Exactly.
the quote-unquote edgy, like, preteens.
Spencer's is real edgy.
That's
You can buy
emo.
dildos in the shop.
Is that emo?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Emo's edgy, yeah.
Well, this is called Emo Shrek, so wouldn't he then be at Hot Topic?
Oh shit, you're right.
So this, I think, is,
Yeah,
this is
this is actually
good.
correct.
This is fucking good.
Good literary analysis there. I like what you're talking about.
This is
You're really
actually
was-
good.
You're doing really good in this book club.
Yeah, dude.
See,
really admire-
well,
I
they,
really
they
admire your
clearly have it more thought out than what we even realized. I mean, wow.
I might even chance to say, Slane, that your analysis is so good that your wife shouldn't have left you.
Oh.
Oh.
Shall I get into
So
the
you
next,
said.
shall I get into the next chapter, or shall we start chapter 1 of a new story? It's your call.
Let's
it.
boot up a news story. How about I don't know. What sounds good? I think
Well, the ones I have on my palette right now are Sonic and Johnny Adventure, Stan's Night at Freddy's, or Half-Life Full Life Consequences. I can get more up on there if you want.
Well,
Those are the ones
well, it seems like with the Sonic movie, that seems pretty topical right now.
Oh,
the Sonic
God,
and
the
Johnny
movie.
adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Man of College.
Do you have that whip crack ready to go, Stix?
Oh no! Let me get out the piano.
Amanda Paul. I like that you're staying current with the news. I
Yeah.
admire
always.
that.
Let me find a little.
God, his fucking weird ass legs. Fucking Noid looking legs.
Well, I noticed that I saw like one that had took the poster and just added like a blurred out penis between the legs.
What if we did the orchestra hit like?
Yes. I too,
Yep.
by the way, feel physically detached from my legs. I desire to cut them off every day.
Have we
But I
started the
don't.
fanfic? I'm sorry.
We have not. We have.
Oh,
actually
okay.
not.
It sounded like a really good intro to me, for a really good like lemon fanfic.
Oof.
Whatever.
It's a
rubs
shame
you-
that we don't have a Styx fanfic.
Don't say that out loud.
I could probably make one up on the
I
spot,
already
but I
did.
don't want to be charged.
It's too
with
late.
assault.
It's out there, Styx.
Fuck. It's gonna happen,
Somebody
y'all.
write a Styx fanfic for next week so that then we can have that read out.
By me.
Yeah,
I would love to play myself.
rather than just playing with yourself.
I do that all the time, man. It's depressing as fuck.
Who says he can't do both?
I can do both. I'm doing both right now, but it doesn't make it any less depressing.
Or creepy.
Or creepy, yes. Let me just put the lotion away before I start this next fanfiction.
No, you're gonna need the lotion for this one.
I'm gonna need the lotion for my eyes so I don't see it. We have a note from the author. He's clearly a man of philosophy, so let's read that out and see what exactly he wants out of our interpretation of his work. Hey, this is my third story on fanfiction. Quite the proficient master. The other stories I will write more often, just to do something during the summer. I'm very hyperactive when I eat. A story time. Let's start. Johnny, shouted Susan and Mary Test. A 11-year-old boy with red highlights on the edge of his blonde hair appeared. With Lolo, the midnight blue monkey. We need Lolo for our test, said the... Emergency! 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 Shouted the computer. What was that? asked a brown, two-legged, strange-talking dog. I don't know, said. A portal opened up and sucked all of their house and maybe more. Inky. Where are we? Asked Johnny. Who are you? Why are you here? Don't fight, shouted an impatient black weird hedgehog. Chaos? Spear, he shouted. A yellow, tiny spark was fired at Johnny and Dookie, who dodged it. That's time for Johnny X and Super Dookie. Johnny grabbed Dookie and changed into his Johnny X costume. Take this, you freak. Power Poots. He turned around and farted, shooting fire in the process. You're the freak. Chaos Control. It shouted and disappeared fast enough to dodge the flame. Hands. The superhero clapped and 2 hurricane tornadoes appeared. Weak. Chaos Punishment. The thing disappeared again, but reappeared in front of Johnny and unshed/unsheathed. I don't know if it's either. Please review or email me /mostly review, because I don't go on my email that regularly, but enough to recognize stuff barely. If you know which one it is for pulling out a sword out of its holster, like, and slash Johnny to the others. That's it. Be gone, scums. Chaos Rift. It roared. A wormhole leading to the chaos dimension where Goddess power was summoned, and the trees were being swallowed whole and rift in space. Shadow!
Tree
No!
door.
Shouted 2 voices. That's it. Johnny shouted, but his voice was swallowed by the wormhole. It was that focused, and he started to raise his arms, and he teleported and saw that everyone was close to the portal, started to summon up all his strength, and caught fire and shouted, Blazing Johnny X! Didn't see that coming, Shadow said. Time to end this. Blazing Spin Blast. Johnny jumped and stratted to spin around the air. Soon it was filled with flames aiming at Shadow. Darn it! I can't move during Chaos Rift. And if I don't stop, I won't have enough strength to counterattack. Shadow flames hit with pinpoint accuracy and fell down, defeated. Shadow! Said 2 voices. A blue hedgehog and an orange two-tailed fox, running to the so-called, noticed the others. Wow, you're good, said the blue hedgehog. Who are you? Asked Dookie, who was hiding in the bushes when Johnny and Shadow were fighting. I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
What bushes?
And this is him. Miles Tails. This is Miles Him Tails. I can't read that sentence. This is all fucked up. Tails just waved. And the guy who just faced is Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic said. I'm Johnny Test, and this is Dookie. They are my Susan and Mary Test, said the flaming head boy. And we are our Dr. Eggman and Bling Bling Boy, said 2 voices. Didn't see that coming, said everyone. Well, I'm done for you. Later, guys. Thoughts? I think the summoning of fire is a very clear Jesus Christ allegory.
Oh, definitely.
I think this one, I quite enjoyed, like, the action of this one. This one really kept me on the edge of my seat.
The Chaos Rift is it seems very Freudian in nature. Like it.
I think it's representative of the female penis envy.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. You know you're Freud. Woman of culture, I like it.
It's this gaping hole that just swallows everything.
It goes back to the ancient Greek idea of the vagina dentata, the vagina with teeth that swallows everything after enticing the man. That's an actual thing, by the way. Look it up.
There's a whole movie based on that idea.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
It's also a boss in Dark Souls.
Yeah, not surprising.
Well, what I was worried about the cliche of having chaos control, and I'm glad, like, he avoided that, and I thought it was a really clever way to avoid it.
You fucking Sonic nerd.
Use chaos control exactly once, but there's like 50 explanation points after Rift. It's art, actually. I think it's transformative English language. Do you have any personal experience with this Sonic the Hedgehog?
I've heard of him. From a land far away. Sort of like where Shrek was from. Do we have any Sonic and Shrek together?
We might. I need somebody to look up for that, though.
That we have to, because
I have one.
that would just
I have one called.
because that's also topical. Because isn't there going to be like a Shrek 5?
Is
Or like a
there?
remake by Illumination Studios, and I want to die.
Oh boy.
'Cause they're gonna take away everything that was good about
We
Shrek.
all want to die.
Oh boy. Applebee's, I sent you one called a Shrek and Shadow love story.
Where'd you send it to me?
I'll send it to you again right now.
Oh yeah, that's a real memey one. I don't know if this
Shadow
particular
Oh, I
fan
see it
fiction
now.
is,
There
but
we are.
that pairing is peak meme.
I do believe it is.
I see it now.
It's a little hot. It's a little heavy. So if you're sensitive to that, now would be the time to cover your
The only
ears.
things I'm
Make sure you put
sensitive to are reminders of my parents' abuse.
Oh my god!
Make sure you
Other
put the
than that,
kids
though,
away
I'm
for
fine.
this one.
So, any closing remarks, book club, before we go into our next work of completely marvelous literature?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
My body is ready.
Well, my mind is ready. For the massive amounts of cocaine I'll need to get this. Zover. Shrek and Sonic the Hedgehog. A Shrek and Shadow love story by Umber the Wolf. Chapter 1. It was a cold winter day. Shrek sat in his swamp, shivering with cold and sadness and fear. He wanted to cry, but as soon as a tear left his shiny green orbs, it froze, shattered on the ground. He was so lonely. Shrek was wearing a leather jacket, corset, and fishnet tights with knee-high boots. He had purple lipstick on with blue eyeliner. And as he sat in his lonely home, he hungered for his true love, Shadow the Hedgehog. He licked his plum-colored lips as he fantasized about his boyfriend. Suddenly, the Umber Hedgehog broke through the door, wearing his denim shorts and jean jackets with his signature shoes. Sweat glistened over the hedgehog's forehead, and he was holding 1,000 pounds of firewood. He immediately fainted in exhaustion.
What?
And Shrek was worried. They misspelled that word, so I had to pronounce it as it is. Never undermine the artist's interpretation.
Exhaustion. I'm looking at it. Oh my god.
Exhaustion.
Let me
It's
put
a
that in.
very German way of saying it.
Look at this.
Exhaustion!
Exhaustion.
Der Untergang! My apologies. That was just in my throat. I didn't mean to say a German naughty word.
God damn.
Where were we?
We were at Exhaustion.
Right. Let's get back to the story. He immediately fainted. Exhaustion! Shrek was worried. Shrek did mouth-to-mouth with Shadow, but what he didn't know was that Shadow didn't actually fiant. He just wanted to kiss Shrek and prize him. So he kissed him back passionately. The Shadow started the fire with his fire hand ability. They both fell onto Shrek's soft carpet. Purple lick sticks smeared on Shadow's tan muzzle. They finally pulled away from air. A single strand of saliva connected them.
It's getting hot. Oh god, I gotta drop some layers for this one. Hang on, I'm doing the stream shirtless.
Pants coming off.
My pants have been off.
Pants have been, yeah.
Oh my god.
You want it? Shrek asked seductively while leveling his eyebrows. You know I do, babe, Shadow said. Sexily.
Oh
This is now a shirtless stream.
Shrek.
no.
For Sticks, it's a pantless stream.
I could fuck it. You think I'm playing?
I ain't
No,
got
you're
no
playing with
panties on.
yourself.
Dude,
Got
I'm
no
rocking
panties on.
undies and that's it.
Mm.
Fucking pussy.
Oh,
Goddamn.
Oh, I
Two-
got that
Yeah, that's right. Say that again. Make me your bitch.
Was that the fic or was that you?
No, that was me. That was all me. I'd like to remind you that this is a charity stream to support animal abuse.
Now is the time to bring that up. Link in the description. Please donate.
Please donate if you want animals to stop being abused.
If you want your ears to stop being abused by this fan fiction reading. I notice we have significantly less viewers than we have the last stream. Had 30 last time. We have 11, so that's cool.
If they don't want to acknowledge the power of art, then we don't fucking want
That's
their
right.
money.
You know what? Joke's on them, because this is the stream. I'm not wearing any pants, so they're missing out big time.
Damn right. Oh god, this has a naughty word. God damn.
Just say it, dude. Do you think we care? This is for the animals.
Damn right it is.
This is
Right. Art should be unapologetic. Let's get back into it. Shrek slowly unbuttoned Shadow's jacket. He wasn't wearing anything under it. Shrek moved his sexy ogre hands all over Shadow's tough six-pack that was easy because it was lubricated with his sweat. He tickled his nipple with his ear and dragged his tongue between the ridges in his muscles. Shadow moaned and blushed. He was so cute, Shrek thought, and sexy as hell. Shrek still teased him. He removed his corset and tied it around Shadow's eyes like a blindfold. His six-pack reflected the firelight and defined his muscles.
The evolved form of Tupac, six-pack.
Muscles.
That's what happened when Biggie Smalls tried to kill Tupac. Everyone knows it was big.
He
Everyone knows
assumed,
it was
his
Biggie.
next, he assumed his next form, which was six-pack,
Exactly.
and took his revenge out on Biggie.
That's like,
Like
a
the
triple
resurrection,
form.
like the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. Six-pack rose up from the dead.
Oh, I
after
thought
being
this was the fanfic.
And if you tried to,
Like the resurrection of the
argue-
Lord Jesus Christ, Shadow pounced
if you,
on.
if you tried to argue with me that Tupac was killed by Biggie, then you're not my friend anymore.
Well, you
'Cause,
have it
like,
the other way
that's-
around.
I mean, the Earth being flat, the Moon not being real, those are all like small shit. If you disagree with me on that, that's fine. But if you disagree with me that Tupac killed Biggie, like you're my enemy.
Tupac killed Biggie.
No, Biggie killed Tupac.
you said-
but Tupac resurrected a six-pack and is still alive in an Illuminati containment camp.
Well, he's
Suffering
having
from the
he's having
musical
drinks
sins
with
of
he's having drinks with Elvis Presley and Adolf Hitler.
Oh, exactly.
It's all a conspiracy.
It's all a conspiracy, bro. You're ascended. I like you. Shadow moaned excitedly and his ear twitched. After he removed all his clothes, revealing his stone-hard ogre hood to the air, and successfully bound Shadow to the ground.
Does it have the ears too?
It doesn't have the ears, actually.
Aw.
It might have the ears. I don't know. I don't just like look at people's dicks for fun. That's your domain. I'm not a furry, so I'm not gay like y'all. He playfully teased Shadow by pretending to struggle with the button on Shadow's pants. He could see his hard dick protruding under the fabric. Couldn't take it anymore. He ripped it off and shoved his monstrous dick into the hedgehog's tight anus. Donate to the link below
Jesus
for
Christ,
Stop Animal
Don't
Abuse.
donate to stop animal abuse.
Stop hedgehog abuse.
Stop hedgehog abuse, please. If you don't like this scene, please donate to Global Animal 501c3 not-for-profit organization.
This is like the most tasteless charity stream ever created.
Like, comment, and
Exactly.
subscribe. Follow me on Twitter.
Listen, art needs to be shocking. Otherwise, it's not art.
Follow
Art
me on
needs to
Twitter
comfort the disturb.
if you
Art
want me
needs
to be
to comfort
shirtless
the
more.
disturb and disturb the comfortable. You know who said that? Banksy. Now, Banksy's a fucking rip-off artist, but he has a fucking point there. Anyway. Shadow cried out in surprise and pleasure. He also ripped off the blindfold so Shadow could easily see his sexy build. He thrust it slowly, back and forth, until he was about to release his semen into the hedgehog. Oh, Shrek. Shrek. Oh, Shrek. Yes. Fuck yes. Shadow came over Shrek's face and licked it up.
This stream has, for the first time, made me feel extremely uncomfortable.
I feel great.
Glad to know I brought us over that mark. Thank you.
Continue, good sir.
Shadow came over Shrek's face and licked it up. Soon after, Shrek came inside of Shadow's vagina. Shadow moaned.
What?
Shadow.
Can you go back? Can you rewind?
Yes.
Of course, my son.
Fucking right that pussy.
I'm always glad to help a child of the word understand and better interpret the scriptures. Where would you like me to go back to?
Just go back to the beginning of that line.
Okay. Shadow came over Shrek's face and he licked it up greedily. Are you following me right now? Do you understand what's going on?
Oh god, I can't.
I need a verbal yes from you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Soon after, Shrek came inside of Shadow's vagina.
That's the line I didn't quite.
right in his pussy.
Please donate to Global Animal Foundation.
Do you need my analysis here?
I need
He
your
is the
anal.
ultimate life form, after all.
I need your anal ISIS.
So clearly,
Suddenly that makes sense.
what the maestro intended with that line was right. He had been setting up to make it seem like Shadow was a man all along. But this is a subversion of gender stereotype. By not mentioning Shadow's gender directly, he sets an expectation with the masculine presenting features and breaks them by revealing that he does in fact have the female genitalia.
Vagina confirmed.
And so
It starts with him shoving it in his Shadow's his anus.
and exactly, and that's the setting up of the expectations, breaking them. And so if you really look at this piece deeply, you can think of it as a masterful feminist piece about women's empowerment and the reversal of traditional gender roles.
That's like gay.
It's like The Last Jedi. It's all about subversion of your expectations.
This is what $10,000 of college gets you, children.
And getting E. coli in your vagina.
See, this is basically it's basically just like The Last Jedi.
Essentially, but we're not done yet. We still have three more
Where's
lines.
the milking scene?
No, it's not yet. It's not in this chapter. There's 3 more chapters, but I think I'm going to cut this one off here. Shadow moaned and cutely licked Shrek's dickhead. Thank you. I needed that, Shadow said. It's not ogre yet, Shrek said.
Fuck
To be
me.
continued. The end.
Please donate to
Thoughts?
Global Animal Foundation. Why didn't we get a sponsorship for this?
Because you invited me.
Fuck!
Because if we did, we would have lost it right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Should I take off my underwear
my
too at this
name,
point? This is getting really...
Should we change fan fictions to one that's a little less spicy?
Dude, I wanna...
Spicy.
Yeah, that was really spicy.
Hey, I've been given a link to Reddit's relationship advice section.
Do
I'll
it.
be glad to read it. Just send it my way.
Excuse me.
I'll be glad to enlighten you, children, on the masterful intricacies of modern literature. Send it my way, and I'll read whatever it is you want me to read. Because I love you. Not in the way that a parent would love their child, but in the way that Bob Ross loved all his viewers.
The way a man,
In a
the
kind
way
of
a man loves a woman.
in the kind of detached
I don't want
way.
that. I don't want that.
He doesn't really know you, but he knew that if he truly were to meet you, he would find you tolerable enough to support. Are you gonna send me that fucking link or what? I don't have...
What? Oh no, I'm finding a good one because the one I was linked to is absolutely not being read by anybody.
Why?
Because it is fucking horrible.
That's the point, numbnuts.
No,
because
like
art is
it's
supposed to shock you.
disgusting.
Are we gonna have to have a riot right here, right now?
I'm pretty sure we're going for disgusting.
Do you have to
The
make a
yellow
straw
vest
poll?
were-
Do you have to make a straw
vest-
poll?
You know what? I tried to warn you guys.
I'm
Here-
making a
here,
straw
you
poll. We're gonna
fucking
let
have it.
everybody vote.
Where do I send it at?
Send
Send it
to
directly
Applebee's.
to me, your god.
Here you go, Applebee's.
It's
I
meant to
warned
be
you guys.
confronting. It's meant to be confronting.
I warned you guys.
I'm not
Oh,
reading
God.
this. I'm just kidding. I will read anything.
There's no way in hell I'm reading this.
All right. This one's by Throwaway Husband Account, and it's a primary source piece on the way that sexual relationships were viewed in the year 2018 AD.
What a foreign concept.
Exactly. Sex is so strange, isn't it? The
This
way
is so gonna be so fucking
It's
bad.
strange to me.
the
I've
way
never even had it.
humans insert sexual organs into one another. I always try to understand the humans, but when it comes to this, I can never quite connect.
Oh, you have a challenge, Applebee's.
What's my challenge?
They dare you to read this whole thing with a straight face.
I already did, buddy. I can read anything with a straight face.
All right, go for it.
Throwaway account. Oh, I gotta read the title. Hold on. Wife told me she wanted to experiment. I obliged. Then she attempted to eat my feces.
Oh boy.
This went place
Oh.
very quickly.
I warned you.
I think Stix likes this one already.
Oh, you shut up.
So you see that even in the title, this masterful author set an expectation, broke it immediately.
We
Just
just
to let
lost
you know that we're
4
dealing with
viewers, guys.
A true literary messiah.
We just lost 33% of our viewers.
That's good. Are you sure you want us to continue?
Shit, that's all
Yes.
the viewers.
It's going down, guys. 50%. Let's fucking go. Read it.
It went down to 8.
We were at
Donate
16
now,
and now
stop
it's at 8.
it. Right. Throwaway account because my wife follows my regular account here. My wife and I have admittedly had very vanilla sex throughout our 3 years of marriage. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. We had our first kid a year ago, and it's seriously slowed down our sex life. Fucking kids, am I right? Grizzly, you know all about this one.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
However,
I will have you know, I get it at least 2 to 3 times a week. Okay.
No,
Thank
you
very
do.
much.
From
well,
the shit
gotta
I
give you
get from
credit. That's more
Spike,
than
I
I've
know
done
you're
in my
not doing
entire
a lot.
life.
From how
Spike's
much
an asshole.
from
so.
how much Spike tells me, he's like, Stix, give me back my wife. She only talks. She doesn't even talk to me anymore.
Bullshit, I don't.
All she does is care about the dog and the kids. I have to split attention with both of them. She doesn't even give me cuddles anymore.
I cuddled his butt last night and he
It sounds like my parents. I just gotta say, it sounds a lot like my parents before their divorce.
Fuck you, Applebee's.
I gotta say, your life almost sounds as interesting as these fanfics.
My life is as interesting as these fanfics, if
Impossible.
not more.
No,
No
I
such
meant
thing.
Grizzlies.
Oh,
Oh.
Grizzly?
Yeah.
No, she's a fucking. Don't leave her alone.
All right, let's get back into the story.
Oh no.
We,
Oh
we had our first kid a year ago and seriously slowed down our sex life. However, a little under a month ago, she approached me about trying new things. She's been hanging out with a group of moms in our neighborhood, and one of them told her that she and her new husband tried pegging, and it completely transformed their marriage. Wow, that's powerful.
Wow, this is a
Hey,
bounce spike.
pegging's amazing. You shut your whore mouth.
Is this a
entire
transformation fetish?
marriage by the sole transient metaphysical power of prostate massaging.
I'm down.
That's a religion right there. You can turn that into a religion. Make that a spin-off of Buddhism. It'll really work. You know, prostate massaging for enlightenment. My wife told me that she wanted to try pegging as well to spice things up. At first I thought it was a joke, but soon realized she actually wanted to peg me. I've never done ass play before, and I've always lived by the philosophy that the anus is solely an exit. Clearly this man is a Catholic philosopher. Very, very very astute thinker of the time, but he's a little behind on his Descartes. But my wife made it clear that this was important to her. Very important. Clearly, this is a relationship deal breaker. So after a few days, I obliged. Hear that, guys? Fellas? If your wife wants to stick a dick in you, you just got to bend over and take it.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Because that's what marriage is about.
It
Standing
is.
entirely to the woman and just taking it up the ass.
Yep.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
Don't knock it till you try it.
That next weekend, she
Good.
pegged me, and everything was surprisingly enjoyable. Additionally, the week following the pegging was one of the best weeks we've had together since the birth of our child. Goddamn. Not having the child. It's the pegging after having the child. That's the real grade A life, right? That's what you live for.
Forget about the kid. Get a babysitter and go.
When you're at
fucking
work,
pegging.
bumping and grinding all day on that pole for that money, you're thinking of the pegging you're gonna get after putting little Johnny to sleep. That's really what you live for.
Oh my god.
This is the worst charity stream in the history of fucking anything.
We were back to our old sex life. Doing things like having sex before work and even waking each other up with head. That's rape, don't do it.
No.
Can't consent if you're asleep. However, that next weekend... That next weekend...
I'll have you know, before we continue, I'll have you know, there have been times my husband, because he sleepwalks, my husband has had sleep sex. I am not even joking.
Well, you better sue him for that shit. I gotta say, that's not right.
And then I asked him about it the next morning. He goes, "We had sex," and I'm like, yeah." He's just like, "I don't remember."
Oh
Ladies and
my
gentlemen,
god!
This
Because
animal charity-
he's asleep.
This animal charity stream is now Grizzly's personal relationship therapy.
I don't need therapy though.
Tell us more about your fascinating sex life. Or can we get back to the artistic story
Go back to the
that this absolute literary messiah has penned for us, and you're just disrespecting.
I'm trying to keep away from the ending. I don't want to hear it.
Our audience really wants to hear the ending.
However, we're
some
not even
reason.
close to the ending, audience. Let me tell you, we
No.
are not even a quarter of the way in.
They're
This
ready.
this is a novel. This is the most defining work of the century, and you're gonna hear all of it.
Oh no.
However, that next weekend, she told me she wanted to peg me again. I was slightly confused as to why this last week of sex wasn't cutting it for her, but I agreed. This is when things took an extreme turn. During this second pegging, while my wife was inside of me, she grabbed my hair, craned my neck to the right, and pressed our foreheads together. I have never seen her take control like this, and thought it was very hot until she looked me in the eye and whispered, "I want your shit."
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I will do a stream commands. I'm straight facing this entire thing. I pulled my face away and asked her to repeat. I said, "Bitch, what the fuck? You did not just say what I think you said."
Bitch, what
But
the
you did.
fuck? Bitch!
And she said, "I want you to shit on me." That's when I realized people don't think it be the way it be, but it do.
Now that's just a miraculously
Have you,
written sentence.
Have you seen movie 43?
I have not seen movie 43.
Yes, unfortunately.
There's this scene where it's this couple, and the girl wants to be fucking shit on. But
yeah, she wants Chris Pratt to shit on her.
Chris Pratt, yeah. But I learned from that movie that you don't shit on someone you love, you poop on them. You shit on a whore. That's what that movie taught me. So I think from this Reddit reading, I think their relationship's damned already if she wants to be shit on instead of pooped on.
The only thing I remember from movie 43 is that joke from Red Letter Media.
Oh my
It's-
god.
You know what I'm
It's a-
talking about?
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting debate in the academic community of modern thinkers, and a lot of people like DJ Khaled think that shitting on the woman that you love is the defining transformative act of love. But R. Kelly boldly disagreed in his performance art when he let down his drawers and pissed on a woman.
I'm gonna piss on you.
Exactly.
Should I get like trapped in the closet?
And today, to this day, R. Kelly is known as the patron saint of golden showers. I pushed her off of me and asked her if she was joking, and she started crying. I felt like a fucking dick because she thought I was kink shaming her. You were kink shaming her. You deserve to burn it. So see, as we see here, we have a flawed protagonist. Okay, he's sitting here, kink shaming his wife, and we're supposed to feel sympathy for this man. What does that tell us about us? In a way, I was, because I thought the request was far too extreme. Common mistake, brother. No request is too extreme, as long as you're not the one making it. I ended up leaving for the night. Stayed with one of my close friends, but didn't tell him what happened. This is going to be brought up 30 years later.
Just fucking poop on her, dude.
It's not that
No,
hard.
no, oh my god.
Grow a
Too eager
pair.
for that, Stix.
Listen, okay? If you don't poop on your wife, your newborn baby is going to. Kids shit on everything. And you
They
don't want to
really
be left
do.
out as the man of the house by your
That's what
newborn
I'm saying.
child.
If you want to stay young, people try to go to the gym, people try to take supplements, whatever, to stay young. If you really want to stay young, just shit on your fucking wife. It's not hard.
Shit on
Oh
people.
my god!
Shit on people.
What is
cry
this
at night.
stream turned into?
Shit on people.
I
Cry at
don't
night.
know.
And never be allowed to leave your house. That's what this anti-bracelet does to me. And it keeps me young forever.
Please donate to Global Animal Foundation.
Stop other animals being shit on.
Oh my god!
No, no.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Stop animal abuse.
All right, guys.
Considering
Thanks
the
for watching the
impetus
stream.
of- considering the impetus of this whole episode in your fucking community, that makes sense, because shitting on animals seem to be Kiro's thing, but that's not mine.
Oh my god!
I've
Can we
got some
get back to-
chocolate
can we-
cake. I don't know if I want to eat anymore.
Can we just eat it, bro? Can we
You
get
know,
back to the art
I'm actually
now?
more hungry now.
Oh,
No, no, I'm
Stix
kidding.
wants to eat
Clearly,
poop.
you're a man of culture.
Damn right.
eat the poo poo.
Eat the poo poo. Eat the poo
You
poo.
not the poo-poo!
It's the speaker knockers.
They spread the butt cheeks
It's the poo poo.
out of the tongue, and they eat of the poo-poo.
You ate man's ate
Like
us.
an ice cream.
Like
Yeah.
Christ.
This is officially going to be like our worst stream ever.
This is
Nick
going
is
to
being
be
deleted. We're not
This is
going
saving
to
it.
be unlistenable.
The next Moco.
The lost episode.
After that incident, my wife and I hardly talked all week unless it was related to our son. At the end of the week, I asked my wife to talk about what happened. She told me again that she wanted me to shit on her and that it meant a lot to her. I thought it was sickening, but she claimed this was her deepest, darkest. I couldn't understand how and why my shit excited her, but she insisted that she's always wanted this.
I think it's beautiful.
Yet whenever I tell my relationship, the women I'm in a relationship with, that my deepest, darkest kink is to just even look at another woman, it's an immediate letter from the county sheriff.
Is this you talking?
This is me talking. Yes.
I mean, this is kind of like the perfect story for Stix, considering how into scat he is.
I think this is a
Great. Great.
rough draft for the next 50 Shades of Grey book.
Just do what I do and date guys instead.
Right.
Because
I
guys don't
couldn't
like to be
understand.
shit
I
on.
couldn't
I
understand.
think this stream's killing Chris.
Slowly but surely.
This stream has 15 more minutes left, and I'm counting.
Just remember, Grizz, you asked for this.
I didn't. Someone else did.
Oh wait, that was
Grizzly,
Flavortown.
hey.
That's right.
Don't you even start.
I didn't do this.
I gave you guys 3 weeks to look at the calendar, and nobody suggested anything else.
No, someone DM'd that to me and said they wanted Applebee's to read it with a
Oh, I thought you meant
Ooh, that's
fan
great.
fictions in general. Oh, okay.
Well, you didn't have to send it to me, but you did. So now we're reading this.
I think this is
We
great.
thought about. Hold on now. I couldn't understand how and why my shit excited her, but she insisted that she'd always wanted this. We thought about this for about a week, and after watching some scat porn and reading articles by people who also shared this kink, I tried to put myself in my wife's shoes. I told her that I will shit on her, if that is what will turn her on. She was so happy, and even though I was still completely nauseated by this desire, I wanted to satisfy her. That brings us to tonight. We were having sex for the first time this week when I regrettably confessed to her that I had to take a shit. Perked up with a smile, sensed my discomfort, and began stroking my hair and whispering encouraging things to me. I still really didn't want to go through with it, but since I'd promised her, I pulled out and we ran to the bathroom. She got into the bathtub and I hung my ass over the side of the tub. You just got to do what you got to do. I started pushing, but unsurprisingly found it very difficult to successfully shit on my wife. I turned my head.
Laxatives are.
That shit's easy.
I turned my head around.
That shit's
Speak from experience, there, Stix.
I think this man needs an R. Kelly warm up, just to get the juices flowing.
Damn right.
I don't think it's juices that are flowing right now.
I turned my head around to see my wife staring up and smiling at me, waiting for me to finish. I was finally able to get a turd to start coming out. I could hear my wife breathing heavier beneath me as my asshole started opening. Her breath getting heavier and heavier like an ape in the jungle. However, before the turd was able to drop on her chest, I felt a sensation around my asshole. I turned around and saw my wife, the love of my life, the mother of my son, attempting to catch my turd in her mouth as it fell out.
Oh my god!
I was horrified that she would try to do this and tried to pull the shit back into my body so she couldn't receive it in her mouth.
You okay?
You cannot return
Are
to
you okay?
Seeing what looked like an
choking
attempt
on my drink.
by her to eat my shit brought me closer to throwing up.
Ugh.
And as I clenched my butt cheeks together to try and stop the shit from reaching my wife, the clenching cut off a very small piece of my shit, and I heard it land somewhere beneath me. I was too scared and disgusted to look at my wife to see what she'd done with it, so I ran to the other bathroom to clean myself. As I was sitting in the other bathroom, thinking about how we'll ever be able to look at my wife in the eye again, I heard footsteps approaching. My wife lightly knocked on the door. I didn't respond as I was on the verge of throwing up the more I thought about what had just happened. She walked away and I got a text from her, thanking me for fulfilling her wish and asking me to come to bed. I've been sitting in the living room typing this for the last half hour, scared to face my wife. We have plans to take our son to the zoo with another family tomorrow, but I don't think I can look at her after what she did to me. I feel deceived and violated by the woman I love and trust. During our initial conversations about this, there was never question that my shit would go anywhere other than her chest. She knew how uncomfortable I was with this in the first place, yet she still tried to push the boundary that we had established. I would appreciate any feedback from anyone who has experienced a similar violation of trust from a loved one. I'm turning to this sub for advice because of obvious reasons. I cannot tell anyone that knows my wife, and I know that some of you may find this humorous, but please, serious comments only. This is something that could lead to the end of our marriage. So we see here in this piece of literature a desire, a dual desire that a man attempted to fulfill, but after crossing the threshold of commitment, that is when he had the epiphany that this was not going the direction that he wanted to do that. And so we have the almost Greek-like tragedy of a man pushing his boundaries too far before realizing that it's too late to go back. Truly, an artistic.
He couldn't suck it back in. It was too late.
Exactly.
I'm not even gonna lie. That story actually did make me feel a bit sick.
Joke's on you, buddy. I had to read this fucking thing.
Yeah, but I had to listen to it.
But I straight-faced it, just like Chad asked me to. I hope you're happy, because I haven't been happy for 5 years.
God. I think Grizzly's just broken now. The mic's constantly on mute.
Do we have time for one more chat?
My throat hurts really bad right now.
Oh.
What else would you like me
poo.
to...
I'm done. I'm
done?
pulling out on that one. Nope.
Pulling out. That's a very apt one for this one.
Fuck you, Applebee's.
Well, like with the poo, it's not pulling
No one
out.
has ever
it's
fucked
like...
me in my entire life. You're gonna have to try harder.
Sticks, I don't see why you're into scat so much. It's just gross.
Paul. Paul, stop. Well, the thing is, you can't pull out of this one because with the poo, you actually have to pull it back in.
Oh, oh my god.
A man of culture, a man of
something else.
philosophy.
Culture.
Let's move on, okay? Because clearly,
Yes,
Can we
please.
move on to something that's just like shitty and not actual?
That was
literal
really
shit?
shitty.
Yeah, because that was shitty, but
That
not
was
the way.
literal shitty.
all right. Since you guys clearly don't have minds capable,
I'm ready
of
for a grand
understanding
finale.
understanding this incredible piece of art that you've just been enlightened to hear, because you all are uneducated. We'll go back to the fan fiction. Sans Night at Freddy's by Snixi Fanfics. Sorry if it seems short, it is not finished. It's okay, brother.
We're
Every single
deleting
one-
this.
Every single piece of art has got to start unfinished. Sans. The distant shouting of Papyrus startled Sans. What, bro? Sans asked lazily. He looked around himself to see where Papyrus was. Sans remembered. Where else would he be apart from the kitchen? Get up from the couch and help me find some seasoning for the spaghetti, Papyrus yelled. He was scavenging for some sort of herbs and spices kit in the fridge, but all I could find was spaghetti sauce, and a pan of opened meatballs, a branded chocolate bar. There was so much in there that he could hardly see the back. Cupboard, Sans groaned lazily. Papyrus opened the cupboard above, and the oven, and there it was, the seasoning kit, MTT brand. Papyrus grabbed it and stared at the MTT photo for a few seconds before blinking and shaking his head. What the fuck is MTT? He tore it open and found his favorite seasoning. Metaton spaghetti season. Papyrus glanced at the label and did not read what was on the bottom. Warning. May make a portal to some random place when applied to a heat of over 50 degrees Celsius. The scientists who made it didn't check. Alphys. After about 5 minutes, Papyrus found some leftover spaghetti and put the seasoning on it. Some of the specks of it were shaped like Metaton. Didn't know how long to put it in the microwave for, so he put it in for 10 minutes at 60 degrees. Hey, Pap, you seen MTT's Toon TV show? No, Sans, I don't think so. Wait, this isn't new. This is just season 2 of Metaton's cooking show, Papyrus said, watching the TV intently. This time, he was making more sweet than savory products and was displaying them on the far left. One of them read, Papyrus-shaped ice cake. Meanwhile, in Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Man, we really need to oil the animatronic's arms and legs, Mike sighed. Then again, it's just more work for me in the morning. Thoughts?
It's a good introductory chapter. It really sets the scene. It really does a good job of introducing the characters from the world of Undertale.
I think it's a work that rivals the Brothers Karamazov, honestly.
I'm still recovering.
Still
Yeah. I think that the previous story broke us.
This is
Okay,
the
well,
last
let's read something
episode.
positive. Let's read something positive to cleanse your palate. What's a good subreddit y'all want me to read?
I literally feel like my soul is just sucked out of me.
Let's Half-Life Full Life Consequences. That's a good one.
Okay.
It's a classic.
Something, please.
Okay.
My voice hurts.
I'll read it if no one else wants to.
I'll read it, but first off, I want to say I can hear you tasting it in your throat, and I apologize.
It hurts.
Oh,
Half-Life, Full Life Consequences by Squirrel King. John Freeman, who was Gordon Freeman's brother, was one day in an office typing on a computer. He got an email from his brother that said that aliens and monsters were attacking his place and asked him for help, so he went. John Freeman got his computer shut down and went on the platform to go up to the roof of the building where he left his motorcycle and normal people. Because he was in his office lab coat. John Freeman got on his motorcycle and said, "It is time for me to live up to my family name and face full life consequences. Whatever the fuck that means. So he had to go. John Freeman ramped off the building and did a backflip and landed. He kept driving down the road and made sure there were no zombies around. He didn't have weapons. The countrysides were nice, and the plants were singing, and the birds, and the sun was almost down top of the sky. The mood was set for John Freeman's quest to help his brother where he was. John Freeman looked around the countryside and said, "It's a good day to do what has to be done by me, help my brother defeat the enemy." John Freeman was late, so he had to drive really fast. A cop car was hidden nearby, so when John Freeman went by the cops and wanted to give him a ticket, here John Freeman saw the first monster. Because the cop was possessed, had head crabs, the worst S. "I can't give you my listens, officer." "Why not?" said the head crab officer. "Officer," back to John Freeman. "Because you are a head crab zombie." So John Freeman...
Deep commentary on America's police state.
You're a head crab zombie.
I think he took influence from Childish Gambino's This Is America.
Childish. Oh no.
Childish
Get your
Gambino's
flip
not
it up.
involved in this film.
Don't get your lip it up. No,
I can
wait, no,
read it.
this was before.
Yeah, exactly. That's right, but
So
he's
Gambino was inspired by this.
exactly. I can read rap lyrics next if you want. Just straight face it all. So John Freeman shot the officer in the head, drove off thinking, "My brother is in trouble there," and went faster. John Freeman had to go faster like the speed of sound, and got there fast because Gordon needed him. He was. John Freeman looked at road signs and saw Ravenholm. Someone's writing under it saying, "You shouldn't come here." So John Freeman almost turned around, but heard screaming like Gordon, so he went faster again. John Freeman drove in and did another flip and jumped off his motorbike. The motorbike took out some headcrab zombies in front of John Freeman. John Freeman smiled and walked fast. John Freeman then looked on the ground and found weapon, so he picked it up and fired fast at zombie ghosts in front of the house. John Freeman said, "Zombie ghosts, leave this place." And the zombie ghosts said, "But this is our house." John Freeman felt sorry for them because they couldn't live there anymore. Because there were zombie ghosts. So he blew up the house. And killed the zombie ghosts, so they were at peace.
Go ass.
Peace is in a piece of bread. Then, John Freeman heard, as in herd of goats, another scream from his brother, so he kept walking really faster to get where he was. Ravenholm was nothing like the countryside. There was no birds singing, and the pants were dead, and the dirt was messy and bloody from head crabs.
Just like Stix's pants.
No, they weren't messy. There's dead. The pants were dead.
My mom is dead.
I'm glad to hear that, son. Are you at peace with it?
Piece.
Peace
This is the worst stream we've ever done.
I'm glad to be a part of it. I really want to keep going with this happy little fan fiction because I'm like the anti-Bob Ross right now. Then John Freeman heard another scream from his brother, so he kept walking really faster to get around. Wait, I already read that. When John Freeman got to where the screaming was started from, he found his brother, Gordon Freeman, fighting the final boss, and Gordon said, "John Freeman, over here." So John Freeman went there to where Gordon Freeman was fighting. John Freeman fired his bullet from the gun really fast, and the bullets went and shot the final boss in the eyes, and the final boss... Gordon Freeman said, "It's time to end this once and for all," and punched the final boss in the face. And then the final boss fell. John Freeman said, "Thanks, I could help, bro." And Gordon Freeman said, "You should come here earlier next time." And they laughed. The laugh overed quickly, though, because John Freeman yelled, "Look out, bro." and pointed up to the top of the sky. Gordon Freeman looked up and said, "No. John Freeman, run out of here as fast as you can." John Freeman walked real fast out. John Freeman looked back, and saw Gordon get stepped on by the next boss. And he was mad and angry. "I'll get you back, evil boss," John Freeman yelled at the top of his lungs. To be continued? Well, obviously not, because this is the only chapter of this fucking thing.
Oh no, it went on for several more.
I don't see any other chapters. Did he upload each chapter individually?
I think so.
I think we're done
what
here.
An idiot.
I think we're done here.
That's.
Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk, everybody. Please donate to Global Animal Foundation.
We swear that's what this was actually all about.
Thank you for watching our lost episode. That's probably not going to be posted anywhere.
Well,
For good reason.
can I make
This
a
is
closing
live
statement?
only. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I am so scared of what you're gonna say right now.
You all had a rare opportunity today to be enlightened by the Messiah that I am. And I just want you to go home secure in the knowledge that you've been elevated by me, your God and Creator, to a higher state of being than I would grant to most mortals. If you have survived this far, I commend you. Inshallah, brother.
Enchilada.
Enchilada, indeed.
Enchilada.
Oh god.
All right. This
This
is
was the most horrific thing ever.
this is part of a charity stream series. To
I think it was beautiful. Fuck you.
there is a link to our GoFundMe. in
This
the
is gonna be the
description.
lost episode.
Link to GoFundMe in the description. We're raising money to help relocate animals from the California wildfires. Yeah.
Don't
Thanks,
shit on your
guys.
spouses.
Unless they really want to.
Unless your marriage depends on it.
Unless your marriage depends on it.
Okay, if your marriage is to that extent, then you might as well just get divorced because that's just not worth it.
Relationship advice with Grizzly.
That's gonna be our next stream. No kidding.
Mm.
Next on the docket,
God. No,
I
you
would
don't.
love
You
to be-
don't.
I
You
would
don't
love
want to
to be a-
know.
I would love to be a part of that stream as well.
the next stream,
I'm not
um,
giving relationship advice.
the next stream is Friday at 9 p.m. We're gonna be roasting personas, and I know what it's gonna fucking devolve into.
Yeah, basically
I'm
you.
gonna join for that. I'm gonna be in on that.
Basically, everybody ripping on sticks.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
We did it all the
well,
time though.
Well, that's every stream though.
Yeah,
That's the
so
point.
it's just gonna be an average stream.
Just like
Pretty much.
I think it's just gonna be roast me day, I guess.
You know what? I have an idea to make it even more interesting.
Roast me, Devil Daddy. Roast me.
Grizzly, what's your
Daddy.
idea?
I was gonna say instead of ripping on each other's personas, let's just have people submit their personas.
I don't have
That's
a
a
persona,
good
so
idea.
that's great.
Yeah, I think
I don't actually have one either.
You can just rip
Yep.
on the years of damage that I gained from my parents' divorce.
the description is we roast each other's personas as well as anyone else who wants to participate. So
There
when
you
it comes
go.
time,
I'm
people
in.
can submit their
Let me get this cigar.
personas and we can destroy them.
And
So-
now we can all just kind of scrub this whole ordeal out of our brains.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I
don't
need
know
to
about
go.
y'all, but I'm gonna cherish this day for the rest of my life.
That's good.
That shows exactly how low a bar that my life is set at. So thank you for showing me that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank you all for watching. Everyone say bye.
I'm so sorry.
Bye.
I'm sorry.
We
too.
apologize for this
Just remember that I am your god.
Bye, guys. We'll see you Friday.
Oh my